Hey everyone, it's Average Gatsby, and welcome to my Mass Effect guide. This is going to be the Chora's Den fight. Now, this is actually a pretty tough fight, and I will tell you why. It is because this is not a this is just not a very well-designed fight. Nothing is really. You have almost nowhere to go as Shepard coming into this bar, because there's almost no cover that doesn't have, you know, major problems. Like right here, you notice as soon as I walk into the bar, I had to deal with being surrounded. It's very difficult, basically, to... You can't just charge into this fight. You gotta take out the enemies on either one side or the other, one at a time, and then move on from there. You'll notice I'm using the pistol with toxic ammo here. For early game, the pistol is really the weapon of choice for the Vanguard. I don't have any points in the shotgun talent yet. I haven't been able to level that up because I'm focusing primarily on pistol so I can get the shotgun talent, and on barrier. If you want to see my build priorities, things like that, I outlined that in my blog. I'll be posting an entry on that again. Or I'll be posting where you can read that again here. So right here, let me talk about sort of a excellent strategy for the Vanguard to use. It's basically the powers overkill move, and this is where you use all your powers in rapid succession to take out a heavy target. Right here, this Krogan, I mean, he can pretty much one-shot Garrus, as you'll see right there. And what you do is you use all your powers in rapid succession, and then you cue your adrenaline rush, and you're able to bring everything back instantly. It's a wonderful tactic to use, and it's something that you'll see me employ a couple times here. Another excellent power for the Vanguard is this marksman ability for the pistol. Don't discount the pistols in this game. They are really good, and especially early game, they're a heck of a lot better than any of my shotguns at this point. I haven't really done much shopping up to this point, and haven't really spent a whole lot of time on equipment. Just whatever kind of had the best stats at this point I gave to the various characters, but I haven't gone out of my way to do any sort of shopping or anything like that. Right here I switched to my shotgun just because I knew I was going to get in close range, but even still, the pistol would have been probably just as good, if not better, with dealing with these enemies. One thing I really like is I have with the shotgun is their propensity to possibly knock down. I believe that Rex had the hammerhead rounds equipped, which increase your knockdown percentage or chance, and so you just saw that in action right there. One thing I want to point out with this part of the fight, it's best to set up your allies and have them go to the opposite side of wherever you're at, and really just kind of, I mean, it's a terrible thing to advocate, but I almost kind of hope for the best as far as their survivability goes. You'll see that they didn't both lock onto that cover. I don't know if they even can, but your allies are going to take some spills in this section. You can either try to keep them alive, or you can try to use them to the best of their abilities before they go down. But in my mind, that's what you should do. You should just go in with the expectation that they are probably not going to live, and try to make the most of it. Right here, you'll see that Shepard is actually sort of tanking for Rex. You'll notice that the defensive turret on the right there is going to be getting shot by Rex very soon. And it's kind of nice because I'm able to essentially use Shepard as a tank and kind of in an RPG role. That's, he's got all the attention right now on him. And right there, you can see that Rex was able to destroy the other defensive turret. That, for this fight with Fist, the defensive turrets are your top priority as far as taking targets down. After you kill them, Fist goes down right away, no matter how much health he has. And, just cutting out that cutscene. And then now we have to make our way back out of Fist's bar. This section is a lot easier than the entrance. The entrance, you kind of want to wait outside, pick a side, and then make your way in and try to take out that Krogan bouncer last. Here, you actually have a fairly good cover position in this spot right here that you can kind of target these thugs and bartenders one at a time, and so you don't have to expose yourself. That thug, for some reason, never popped up, but if he did, I wasn't too worried. I knew that Garrus would be able to take him out right away. A couple things I want to note. One thing to notice is I am using Rex's powers quite a bit, but I didn't use Garrus's powers as much as I should have. Garrus has Sabotage, which is a pretty useful ability for taking out enemies out of the fight. It's an engineer type ability, it's a tech ability, so it's a debuff in this game. And it prevents the enemy from shooting for a little while. And that is really helpful. I mean, it's only one enemy. It's not as good as Barrier or something like that, but it's still quite useful. Right there you see, I really like how the melee works in this game as far as knocking people down. Definitely try to use that to your advantage. If you've got Barrier on your Vanguard up, charge in there and, send someone flying with a punch to the face. It's fun, and it's really effective. You'll notice that at this point, there's a timer at the bottom. That timer is almost totally meaningless. I can't imagine taking much longer than I did through that previous section right there. And this next section, I think that was it for the timer. In this next section, as soon as you make it up to this area, you don't have the timer anymore because there's no chance that you've lost the Quarian. In the final section up here, we kind of have a little bit better of a setup for Shepard and his allies. You see that there's a box right here that you can go to, and basically you want to just sort of pick out your targets. Make sure, if you can, the tech abilities do have a pretty big area of effect, so I try to get those out as soon as possible, hopefully to hit someone else. And right there I got blasted with a Sabotage myself, and so I've got to switch weapons over to my shotgun. This was kind of a weird bug right here where I couldn't seem to hit the assassin, even though I was almost directly headshotting them. Then I go for a warp, I missed that as well. I don't really understand what went on there, but I get him eventually. And so this fight's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory, this second part right here. But just as far as the first section goes, don't rush in and try to fight them one at a time as much as you can. And right here I have this weird glitch where I wasn't even causing any damage to him, but it worked out in the end. Anyway, I'm coming to a close on this video. My next video, I'll finally be getting into the campaign here, and I'll be mixing in talk about equipment and build and things of that nature soon. So, my name's Average Gatsby. Hope you enjoyed.